The human colony on Kepler-7 was quiet. Small buildings scattered across the rocky terrain. Smoke rose from energy generators. People moved about their work, repairing structures, tending crops, and teaching children. Life seemed ordinary, but danger lurked beyond the stars. High above the planet, alien ships of the Zethari fleet hovered silently. They had been watching human colonies for weeks. Their leaders called humans weak, slow, and easy to conquer. "This colony is nothing," one commander said. "They will fall in hours." The aliens fired. Beams of energy tore through the colony. Buildings collapsed. Fire spread across the fields. Humans ran in panic. Children screamed. Adults tried to protect their families, but their weapons were small, primitive, and useless against the alien firepower. But then the impossible happened. From the shadows of the destruction, humans moved. Not in panic, not in chaos. They moved with precision. Small teams appeared from hidden shelters, carrying tools and weapons adapted from colony equipment. Rocks, rods, and simple explosives became instruments of resistance. The aliens froze. They had expected surrender. What they saw instead was order, courage, and intelligence. At the forefront was a young woman, her jacket torn and stained. Her eyes burned with focus. She held a weapon like a spear, but her presence was more commanding than any weapon. She raised her hand, signaling her people. They understood immediately. They moved as one. The aliens struck again, but their attacks were met with traps. Energy beams misfired. Alien patrols fell into hidden pits. Machines toppled over debris. Every move by the aliens was countered by clever tactics, surprising strategies, and quick thinking. "This cannot be," whispered a Zethari soldier. "They are still alive, and fighting back." "They are organized," another replied. "Like trained soldiers." The young leader of the humans shouted, "Move carefully. Use the shadows. Strike only when needed." Small teams darted across the ruined colony. They disabled alien drones, tripped sensors, and collapsed old buildings to block pathways. One group used simple wires and metal scraps to create improvised traps that toppled a heavy alien walker. Sparks flew, smoke rose, and the aliens scrambled in confusion. Above, alien commanders watched, wide-eyed. They had underestimated these humans. They had thought survival would end with destruction, but instead, humans adapted instantly. They learned from every attack, turned every weakness into strength, and struck with intelligence and precision. "This is impossible," muttered an alien officer. "They are civilians. They cannot be this skilled." "They are from Earth," said the commander quietly. "They survive the impossible." Every human is trained to endure, adapt, and fight. From underground shelters, more humans emerged. Injured, tired, and covered in dust, they moved with purpose. Children carried messages. Adults carried tools. Every person had a role. Every action was precise. The aliens hesitated. Fear crept into their ranks. They had destroyed colonies before but never faced humans like this. Humans were not weak. Humans were survivors. Humans were dangerous in ways the aliens had never imagined. The young leader climbed a pile of rubble. She raised her spear into the pale sky and looked at the alien fleet. Her eyes did not show fear. They showed determination, intelligence, and control. The commander of the alien fleet realized a terrifying truth. Destroying this colony had not won them victory. It had revealed the humans' strength, courage, and cleverness. They had underestimated a species that could survive the impossible and turn survival into power. The humans of Kepler-7 were not ordinary settlers. They were elite, trained, and ready. Their courage and strategy made them more than survivors. They were the beginning of something the galaxy would never forget. Humans called the Special Forces. From the shadows, the humans continued to emerge, moving silently, striking effectively, and surviving. The aliens had a choice: attack further and risk disaster, or retreat and rethink their approach. Whispers spread among the alien ranks. "Regular humans are nothing," one said. "But these are special forces." The young leader lowered her weapon but remained alert. Her people followed her silently, standing among the ruins, ready for the next move. They did not seek revenge, they only sought survival. But every alien in the skies knew the truth. Humans were no longer weak, ordinary, or easy prey. The colony had survived. The humans had adapted. They had struck fear into the hearts of their enemies. And the galaxy would soon learn. Humans were not to be underestimated. The Special Forces had made their mark. And the rest of the galaxy would learn to fear the name. Far from Kepler-7, in a hidden human command base, the future Special Forces were being prepared. The base was quiet, but inside, a storm of training and planning raged. Young humans from different colonies gathered. They were not the strongest, not the fastest, but they all shared one thing: survival instinct. Every recruit had endured the harshest conditions on their planets: storms, predators, dangerous terrain, and scarce resources. Life had taught them endurance, intelligence, and courage. The instructors were veterans, survivors of past attacks. They drilled the recruits in teamwork, observation, and quick thinking. The lessons were not about brute force, they were about strategy, adaptability, and patience. Strength alone does not win wars, the lead instructor said. Observation, cleverness, and timing win wars. You survive because you think faster, move smarter, and endure longer than anyone else. The recruits trained day and night. They learned to navigate alien terrain, set traps, use improvised weapons, and strike with precision. Every action was practiced until it became instinct. Mistakes were not tolerated. Every failure became a lesson. One recruit, a young man named Kale, struggled at first. He could not move quietly, could not think fast enough under pressure. But his determination was strong. He watched, learned, and adapted. By the end of the week, he moved like a shadow, setting traps and signaling teammates with silent gestures. Another recruit, a woman named Lyra, excelled at improvising. She could turn almost anything, a broken pipe, a piece of metal, even a pile of rubble, into a weapon or tool. Her cleverness became an asset that the instructors quickly noticed. After weeks of training, the recruits were tested. They were sent to a simulation colony, a deserted area with obstacles, hidden dangers, and moving threats. Alien drones simulated attacks, and the recruits had to survive, adapt, and complete the mission. At first, chaos reigned. Recruits ran in panic, made mistakes, and struggled to work together. But slowly they learned to coordinate. Signals, silent gestures, and small codes allowed them to move as a unit. Traps were set, ambushes planned, and drones neutralized efficiently. By the end of the exercise, the instructors were impressed. The humans had survived against superior forces. They had outsmarted the drones. They had adapted faster than the machines could respond. "This is what makes you different," the lead instructor said. "You are not just humans. You are special forces. You survive where others fail. You endure where others perish. You think where others panic. And that is why the galaxy will fear you." The recruits smiled, proud but silent. They knew the weight of their future responsibilities. They were no longer ordinary humans. They were a new force, a squad capable of facing impossible odds and surviving. A few days later, their first real mission came. A colony on a distant planet was under threat from alien raiders. Intelligence reported that the raiders expected an easy victory. They had no idea that special forces were being deployed. The young leader of the unit, a veteran named Commander Rin, addressed the recruits. "Remember," he said, "we do not seek glory. We survive. We protect our people. We adapt and strike when necessary. Every move counts. Every decision matters. And most of all, we survive." As the ships lifted off the hidden base, the recruits looked out at the stars. Every human carried the lessons of their home planets. Every human knew the stakes. And every human understood one truth: the galaxy had no idea what it was about to face. The alien patrols above the threatened colony were confident. They had encountered humans before. They expected resistance. But nothing like this. Nothing like special forces. And soon, the galaxy would learn that ordinary humans could survive. But special forces humans could strike fear into the hearts of every alien in the stars. The first mission had begun. The training had prepared them. The galaxy was about to discover the strength, courage, and intelligence of humans shaped by survival. And it would not forget. The Special Forces ships dropped silently above the colony under attack. The planet below was a battlefield, but the humans saw it as an opportunity. Their training had prepared them for this moment. They were ready. Commander Rin stood at the front of the ship's command deck. His eyes scanned the alien positions, calm and precise. "Remember," he said, "we strike fast, we strike smart, and we survive. Every second counts." The humans deployed in small teams, moving through the ruins. They were not many, but they were coordinated. Every action was planned, every step calculated. They carried weapons made from colony materials, tools, and simple explosives. But strategy was their greatest weapon. Alien patrols spotted them. Energy beams lit up the ruins. The aliens expected panic. They expected ordinary humans. They were wrong. The special forces split into squads. One team set traps along the main path, using debris and wiring to disable enemy drones. Sparks flew as a patrol fell into a pit hidden under rubble. Another team climbed high ground, using damaged machinery to gain a vantage point. From there they fired with precision, striking without being seen. The aliens panicked. Every move they made was anticipated. Every attack was countered. Their numerical advantage was meaningless. Humans moved fast, quiet, clever. They struck without hesitation, vanished before retaliation, and reappeared where they were least expected. In the center of the ruins, Commander Rin led a small group against an alien outpost. Drones patrolled the area, heavily armed soldiers guarding equipment. The humans advanced silently. Lyra, the expert in improvisation, used a broken pipe to trigger a trap, causing the drones to collapse in confusion. Kale signaled to the others, and together they disabled the soldiers without a single human casualty. From above, alien commanders watched in disbelief. "These are not ordinary humans," one whispered. "They are soldiers, or worse." "They are humans," another said, voice trembling. "Special humans. Special forces. The galaxy will fear them." The special forces pressed forward. Each step was deliberate. They neutralized communications, blocked reinforcements, and sabotaged equipment. Every team acted as one. Every action created chaos for the aliens. A squad of aliens attempted a counterattack. They rushed toward the humans, confident they could overwhelm them. But the humans were ready. They used the terrain, traps, and misdirection to confuse the enemy. One by one, the alien soldiers fell into pits, stumbled into barriers, or were outsmarted by clever tactics. The young humans of the special forces moved with calm determination. Dust covered their faces. Blood stained their uniforms. But their eyes were sharp, their minds focused, their hearts steady. Every member understood the stakes: survival, protection, and victory. By the end of the attack, the aliens were retreating. Their machines damaged, their patrols scattered, and their confidence shattered. They had underestimated humans, and paid the price. Commander Rin gathered his team. "You did well," he said quietly. "This is only the beginning. Remember, we survive. We protect. And we strike with intelligence. The galaxy will know our name." The humans looked at the ruined outpost. They had accomplished what many thought impossible. They had faced a superior enemy and survived. They had struck fear into their opponents. From orbit, alien commanders filed reports. One message repeated across fleets: "Special Forces humans, do not engage." For the first time, the galaxy realized that humans were not ordinary settlers. They were trained, clever, and dangerous. They were a new kind of force, special forces. Back on the colony, survivors watched the skies. They did not celebrate loudly. They had survived, yes, but they knew more challenges awaited. Yet a new hope burned in their hearts. Humans could endure. Humans could fight. Humans could survive the impossible. The galaxy, for all its power, had learned a simple truth: humans were not to be underestimated. And the special forces had just proven it. Commander Rin looked at his team, pride in his eyes. "This is our way," he said. "We fight smart. We survive. And we will protect every human who needs us. The galaxy will learn, humans are not weak. Humans are special forces." And in the silent aftermath of the battle, the aliens knew it too. A new legend had begun. The humans of the special forces were feared. And the rest of the galaxy would soon learn why. Word spread fast. From the burning ruins of Kepler 7 to distant star systems, whispers about the humans of special forces grew louder. Aliens who had dismissed humanity as weak settlers now spoke in hushed tones. "They survive," one alien officer said, shaking. "They strike with precision. They do not flee." "They are not soldiers," another replied. "They are humans, trained to endure anything. Special humans." Back on Tursis 9, the special forces returned from their first strike. They were tired, covered in dust and blood, but their eyes burned with focus. They did not celebrate victory. Every member knew this was only the beginning. Survival had won the day, but the galaxy would not stop testing them. Commander Rin gathered his team in the command center. "The galaxy has noticed us," he said. "Some fleets may avoid us, others may test us. We must be ready. Every human we protect, every colony we defend, depends on our strategy, intelligence, and courage." The young recruits listened, understanding the weight of their role. They were no longer ordinary humans. They were the special forces, the ones who could survive what others could not and strike fear into the strongest of enemies. Far across the galaxy, alien fleets paused before attacking human settlements. Even minor colonies gained the reputation of being defended by humans who were more than settlers. Reports from scouting drones warned commanders. Special forces might appear at any time and engagement could mean disaster. The Zethri, the same aliens who had attacked Kepler-7, held emergency meetings. Their commanders shared reports of human tactics, traps, and ambushes. These humans are unpredictable, one said. They learn quickly. They fight smart. They survive impossible attacks. They are dangerous. They are from Earth, replied another. They are Deathworlders. Every human is trained to endure, adapt, and strike. They are not prey. They are predators in disguise. Meanwhile, on human planets, colonies began preparing quietly. Training bases expanded. Small teams of special forces taught survival, strategy, and combat to selected civilians. Humans did not seek war, but they ensured that anyone who needed protection could survive, and anyone who attacked would regret it. The galaxy began to notice patterns. Wherever humans settled, strange victories occurred. Small groups outsmarted large fleets. Ordinary citizens endured sieges, sabotage, and attacks that would destroy most species. Stories spread like wildfire from trading hubs to council chambers. Humans are not what we thought, a galactic trader whispered. Even their civilians fight like soldiers. And their special forces, we do not face them lightly. From orbit, the special forces monitored alien patrols. They struck only when necessary, showing the galaxy their intelligence, patience, and deadly efficiency. Every operation increased their reputation. Every victory built the legend. In the hidden halls of the Galactic Council, leaders debated cautiously. Engaging humans directly could mean total loss, said one. Their special forces adapt too quickly, fight too cleverly, and survive any challenge. They do not attack unless provoked, another replied. But even that restraint makes them deadly. They strike with precision, patience, and calculation. They are humans, special humans. On Tursus 9, Commander Rin watched the stars. Alien patrols circled silently above the planet, hesitant to land. His team trained quietly. Injured humans recovered, children learned the basics of survival, and adults honed their tactical skills. Rin knew the galaxy had learned one truth: humans were no longer ordinary settlers. Humans were survivors. Humans were clever, patient, and relentless. Humans were special forces, and the galaxy would fear them. From the shadows, the special forces prepared for future missions. Every training session, every tactical drill, and every small operation built experience, knowledge, and reputation. Aliens could predict battles, but they could not predict the humans' ingenuity. Every fleet that hesitated, every patrol that retreated, every report of a human victory strengthened the legend. Across light years of space, aliens whispered one phrase in fear and respect. The humans, the special forces, are coming. And somewhere, Commander Rin smiled faintly. Humans did not need fleets of warships or massive armies to be feared. Their strength was endurance, intelligence, and courage. Their legacy would spread across the stars. The galaxy had learned the truth: humans were not ordinary. Humans were special forces. And no enemy would forget it. The galaxy thought it had learned its lesson. But the Zethri fleet, humiliated by previous human strikes, launched a coordinated attack on a new human colony, Tursus 11. This time they brought numbers, firepower, and confidence. Commander Rin and the special forces were already waiting. They had anticipated the attack. Sensors picked up alien movements long before they reached orbit. The humans prepared quietly, setting traps, planning ambushes, and positioning their teams with care. "This is our test," Rin said to his team. "They think they can overwhelm us with numbers. But intelligence beats brute force. Strategy beats panic. Patience beats fear. We survive, and we show the galaxy why humans are special forces." The first wave of alien ships entered orbit. Their energy cannons flared, targeting the colony. Buildings shook and civilians scurried for cover. But the humans did not panic. They moved with calm determination. Every special forces member knew their role, every step was precise, and every strike counted. Teams spread across the city, each equipped with improvised weapons and tools. One squad blocked a main road with a collapsing structure, trapping alien walkers. Another set energy traps that caused drones to self-destruct. Sparks and smoke rose across the battlefield. The aliens grew frustrated. Their attacks were failing. Every path they took led to confusion, chaos, and ambushes. They could not predict the humans' movements. Every attempt to push forward was met with clever resistance. Kale, moving silently through the shadows, disabled a communications array, cutting off reinforcements. Lyra triggered a trap that toppled an alien walker, sending it crashing into a supply depot. Every human team acted with precision, turning the battlefield to their advantage. Above, the alien commanders realized the terrifying truth. We have numbers, firepower. But it does not matter, one shouted. They are special forces humans. They think, adapt, and survive everything. The humans of Tursus 11 moved as one. They did not waste energy on unnecessary fights. They struck where it mattered. They survived where others would perish. Every action displayed their intelligence, patience, and deadly efficiency. In one decisive maneuver, the special forces lured a group of alien soldiers into a narrow canyon. Hidden explosives collapsed the canyon walls, trapping the aliens. Another team disabled a hover gunship with a simple but clever rig made from spare parts. The aliens could not believe what they were seeing. From the shadows, Commander Rin observed. Remember, he said, we survive first. We fight second. Every human we protect matters. Every enemy we confuse is a lesson for the galaxy. We are special forces and today we show it. The alien fleet began to retreat. Their ships damaged, patrols scattered, and morale broken. They had underestimated the humans. They had thought numbers would win, but humans had intelligence, endurance, and tactical genius. The special forces regrouped. Injured humans were helped to safety. Civilians were guided to secure shelters. The colony had survived intact. And the aliens had learned a lesson they would not forget. The galaxy was taking notice. Reports of human victories spread quickly. Aliens whispered about special forces, terrified to engage in battle. Even distant fleets paused, reconsidering any confrontation with humans. Back at the command base, the young recruits watched the news feeds. They saw the results of their training, the strength of their strategy, and the power of their courage. They understood what it meant to be special forces. Humans were not weak, vulnerable, or ordinary. Humans were elite. Humans were feared across the stars. Commander Rin addressed his team one last time. You survived today. You adapted. You protected the colony. And you showed the galaxy what it means to be human. Remember this feeling. It is the fire that makes us strong. The galaxy will learn, humans are special forces. We endure. We fight. And we survive. The alien fleets retreated to the far reaches of space. Every commander carried the same warning in their hearts. Humans were clever, relentless, and unstoppable. Special forces humans were a force the galaxy could not ignore. From Tursus 11, the humans looked to the sky. Their victory was not about destruction. It was about survival, strategy, and strength. They had proven their skill. They had proven their resilience. And they had proven the truth. Humans were not ordinary. They were special forces. And the galaxy would never forget it. The news traveled faster than any fleet. Across light years, alien civilizations whispered about the humans of special forces. Stories of their clever attacks, deadly precision, and unstoppable survival filled every sector. They survived full assaults, said one alien officer. Entire fleets were outsmarted by humans. They are not ordinary, another replied. These are special forces humans. The galaxy should fear them. Back on Tursus 11, Commander Rin and his team returned to the command base. They were tired, some injured, but their eyes held fire. Victory was not celebrated loudly. Humans did not need trophies. Survival itself was enough. Every enemy that fears us, Rin said, is a lesson for the galaxy. We are not conquerors. We are survivors. We protect humans. And we adapt faster than anyone can predict. Across distant systems, fleets paused before attacking human colonies. Even minor settlements gained the reputation of being protected by the special forces. The galaxy had learned a new rule. Humans were clever, adaptable, and dangerous. The Zethari fleet held emergency meetings. Alien commanders shared reports of human tactics, ambushes, and resilience. These humans, they think faster than our algorithms. They adapt to every attack. We underestimated them. They are from Earth, whispered a veteran officer. Deathworlders. Every human carries survival in their blood. Every human is a strategist. The special forces, they are just the beginning. Meanwhile, human colonies trained quietly. Selected civilians learned survival, tactics, and strategy. They were not soldiers in the traditional sense, but they were prepared. The galaxy had underestimated humans once. They would not make the same mistake again. The special forces continued small missions, striking only when necessary. Each operation reinforced their reputation. Every victory, every clever move, every avoided trap strengthened the legend. In council chambers of the Galactic Federation, leaders spoke cautiously. Engaging humans directly risks total failure, one said. Their special forces adapt, endure, and strike where it matters. They're humans. Special humans. On Tursus 11, Commander Rin observed alien patrols in orbit. They hesitated. They did not land. Humans did not need massive fleets or overwhelming power to inspire fear. Their strength was strategy, endurance, and intelligence. The young recruits watched the skies, understanding the weight of their reputation. Every human in the colony learned the truth. They were part of a species that could survive anything. They were clever, brave, and adaptable. The galaxy had learned one truth: humans were not ordinary settlers. Humans were special forces. And aliens would think twice before engaging any human colony. From shadowed corners of the galaxy, fleets whispered warnings. Special forces humans are near. Proceed with caution. Traders avoided human space. Mercenaries avoided confrontations. Even warlords reconsidered attacks. Back on Tursus 11, Commander Rin gathered his team. We survive. We protect. And we adapt. We are humans and we are special forces. The galaxy will respect us, fear us, and remember us. That is our strength. The special forces continued training, preparing for any threat. Every mission, every strategy, every victory added to their legend. Humans were not just survivors. They were a force of intelligence, courage, and precision. Across star systems, one phrase repeated among alien civilizations. The humans, the special forces, are coming. And the humans knew it. They did not need to strike everywhere. Their presence alone changed the galaxy. Fear, respect, and caution followed them. The legend of the special forces was growing. The galaxy had learned, humans were not weak, ordinary, or defenseless. They were clever, resilient, and unstoppable. They were special forces. And no alien in the galaxy would forget it. The galaxy had changed. Stories of human special forces spread from the smallest trading posts to the grand councils of alien empires. Whispers became warnings and warnings became respect. Humans were no longer ordinary settlers. They were clever, resilient, and unstoppable. On Tursus 11, the special forces returned from their latest mission. The colony was safe, rebuilt, and stronger than before. Commander Rin walked among the team, observing their tired but determined faces. Every member carried the pride of victory, but also the knowledge that survival required constant vigilance. Today we have protected another human colony, Rin said. Tomorrow it may be another. Every action we take matters. We survive, we teach, we defend. And the galaxy remembers. The young recruits, who had once struggled with basic training, now moved with the confidence of true warriors. They understood tactics, strategy, and patience. They knew how to outthink, outlast, and outfight opponents who had once believed themselves superior. Far across the stars, alien fleets hesitated before entering human space. Even the bravest commanders reconsidered attacks. Every encounter with humans reminded them of the same truth. Survival was humanity's greatest weapon. The Zethari fleet, once arrogant and dismissive, now approached human-controlled systems cautiously. Reports of ambushes, traps, and precise strikes made them wary. They are special forces, said one officer. They fight smart. They survive impossible attacks. We must respect them. Meanwhile, human colonies continued to grow. Training bases expanded. Civilians learned tactics, endurance, and teamwork. They were not soldiers in the traditional sense, but every human became a potential protector, ready to adapt and survive. From orbit, Commander Rin watched alien patrols hesitate. Ships slowed, scanning the colony with caution. Humans did not need to attack to assert dominance. Their reputation alone ensured safety. The galaxy was beginning to understand, humans were not merely fighters. They were survivors, thinkers, and strategists. They did not seek war, but they would never yield. Every human carried the legacy of survival, the heart of a death worlder, and the galaxy had no choice but to respect it. In secret training grounds, new recruits practiced under the guidance of veterans. They learned from past battles, studied alien tactics, and refined their own strategies. Every generation of special forces became sharper, faster, and smarter. Every success reinforced humanity's reputation. From distant star systems, alien leaders debated. Engaging humans is too risky, one said. They survive everything. Their special forces adapt to any attack. They are unstoppable. They do not seek conquest, another replied. But challenge them and you will face disaster. Back on Tursus 11, Commander Rin addressed the gathered special forces. We do not conquer. We do not destroy unless necessary. But we endure. We protect. And we survive. That is what makes us special forces. That is what makes us human. As night fell, the stars above Tursis 11 shimmered. Alien fleets watched from a distance, their presence cautious and restrained. Humans below trained, repaired, and lived, quietly powerful, endlessly adaptable, and silently legendary. The galaxy had learned its final lesson. Humans were not weak, ordinary, or fragile. Humans were clever, resilient, and fearless. Humans were special forces. And the legacy of humanity had begun. Every whispered warning, every fearful glance across the stars, every tale of survival and strategy became part of the legend. The galaxy would remember humanity, not as prey, not as ordinary settlers, but as a species forged by survival, sharpened by intelligence, and feared by all who underestimated them. Commander Rin stood on a cliff, watching the horizon. The stars reflected in his eyes, bright and endless. He smiled faintly. The galaxy had seen the human strength. It had learned to respect them. And the humans of the Special Forces would continue to protect, survive, and endure. The final thought echoed across Tursis 11 and beyond. They are humans, they are Special Forces, and the galaxy will never forget them.